Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope all of you are doing well. So, this is going to be episode one of Getting Back on My Feet. So, I did start writing down the supplies that I need in order to start building my eBay store to slowly get back on my feet. As you guys know, I did an introduction video giving you guys a brief history on what was going on with my injury, especially for the new subscribers, and what the plan was to get back on my feet. And that I would do like a series of videos. So if you guys haven't checked that one out, I highly recommend you do. And this is going to be episode one of that series. So first and foremost, I had to set a goal. You know, the what do I want to accomplish? Well, of course, number one is getting back on my feet. Number two is the time span that I need to. So I gave myself a year. Since we are approaching September, I felt like September made more sense to, you know, have a year that gives me plenty of time to, get back on my feet. Now, I also set a late, a time frame that, if I don't make the goal of a year, then I have, a backup. So December as the latest. So September as the earliest, which would mark a year, kind of slowly, since we are kind of getting close. Excuse me, just had a lunch, so if I belch, I do apologize. And then I figured December as the latest of 2025 if I don't make it by September of that year. So that is the idea, is to set the goal for the time frame. The next goal is to figure out what I'm going to need in the way of supplies and inventory. So I am going to continue selling clothing and movies. It's the two categories I tend to do pretty decent for the most part. More successful in the department of selling movies and DVDs and Blu-rays, but clothing has its moments. But I figured, I can make some good money with the clothing and then still make a pretty decent amount with the DVDs and Blu-rays and 4Ks, especially if I find stuff that's out of print and has a bigger resale value. So that was the first idea of what am I gonna sell. So I decided to go on eBay, and between eBay and Amazon, looking at prices of supplies I'm going to need. This ranges from the poly mailers to ship the item in to the plastic bags to put the item in before I put them in the poly mailer. The mannequins I'm going to need. I do have a male torso mannequin, and I've been window shopping for a female mannequin as well as legs, separate for men and women. So that way, when I sell pants and shorts, it actually makes them look a lot better and nicer when taking the pictures and gives a better look on how it would fit the potential buyer. So that was the first thing I needed to write down. The second was figuring out what I was going to need for, the DVDs and Blu-rays, replacement cases. So I did look online for, Blu-ray cases, DVD cases as a start. If it just happens I come across a 2 disc, 3 disc or more, then I will eventually pick those up. But most of the time I tend to deal with just a single disc release. Then I looked at buffering pads, compound, so I can repair the discs and bring basically the DVD a new life. So between looking at the poly mailers, even the replacement cases, even the clear bags that the DVDs and the Blu-rays will go in to kind of give them extra protection before I put them in the poly mailer. Now, mind you, I did write some, like times two, times three on how many I would order, but not counting that, we're going to be looking at probably less than 500 as the lowest, maybe 500 as the highest. The inventory is a little more. That's, I think, like 100 DVDs for $50, but that's just by one seller. There are multiple sellers, so prices will range. The average cost for these lots, whether it's clothing or DVDs or Blu-rays, I need to at least keep it down to $1 to $2. $2 for the Blu-ray, $1 for the DVD, so that way I can still make a profit. Even if it's a low profit, it allows me to sell more and it adds up. And then with the clothing, I think my minimum's got to be $5 on specific clothing pieces, like your more nicer shirts like button ups, short sleeve, and long sleeve, and then maybe the $2 to $3 range when it comes to like t-shirts and things like that. Now, mind you, I'm going to be looking at specific brands and things like that, and that will slowly come into play as I'm making, a little bit here and there, because I want to try to do the DVDs first before I do the clothing, because the DVDs can be easier to take care of, and window shopping for the clothes, I need to just find the right I guess the right price point and seller when it comes to those items. So that is the plan: is to raise $500 at least the minimum. It's going to be probably be lower than that, and that will cover all the inventory, supplies, and my my monthly store subscription as well. And I gotta basically, I got to, in better terms, make that money through eBay. So as they say, you got to make money. You got to make money to earn money. So the idea is to sell what I have now, make $500, and then take that and buy the equipment I need, and then that'll allow me to build my store. So yeah, so that is the game plan. The goals, the supplies I'm gonna need to get started. The next step will be how many items I need to list every day and what I plan to list throughout the month. Once I can figure out, everything, then that'll kind of be the next step, especially if I can reach this goal, which I'm hoping to. So, if you guys will take the time out to check out my eBay store down in the description, I put the link there. You guys can go check it out. It's called the Mikey's Thrift. It will definitely help me out. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and do so. You guys are more than welcome to comment down below. Give this video a like, it helps me out. And if you share the video, it definitely helps me out as well. So, but with that being said, I am Film Talk with Mikey. Thank you guys for talking. I cannot speak today. I am still feeling the effects of being tired. So I apologize. Thank you guys for tuning in and liking this video, commenting if you do, and subscribing to the channel. It's much appreciated. Thank you so much. So till then, I'm Film Talk with Mikey. We'll talk films. You guys take care, and I'll see you soon. Peace.